name is Katie Jo, and thank you for showing up to watch this video today. Last week I had asked my friends on Facebook to ask me questions. There was no strings attached. They could ask me whatever they wanted and I would try to answer them. So I got some funny ones and some serious ones, and I just wanted to answer one of those questions today. So without further ado, let's get started. So one of the questions that was asked on Facebook was by a friend of mine named John, who also resides in the Seattle area. And he had asked me, and I'm paraphrasing, what movies and music inspired me and shaped my life. Basically was what the question was. So to answer that question, first, I can't mention music without bringing up my brother. So I have two brothers, two older brothers, one that is quite close in age to me, and he was in a band pretty much from the time that I was in junior high, I think, all the way to my 20s. And he was a lead guitarist for a Seattle band, a local band, and that was my biggest inspiration. Well, you know, he's my brother, so but I just think that he's great. Even if he wasn't my brother, I would have still listened to their band's music and I would have enjoyed it, and I just think that he was great. So the first one would be Mark, my brother. Love you. He's awesome. And other music that has inspired me, so recently over the last few years, my favorite bands have been, one is Augustana, and they had a #1 hit called Boston. So it's a good place to get started if you've never heard of them, but they are amazing people, amazing music, and yeah, I just love them. The other band is Delta Ray. I just love them as well. Their music is very lyrical. They really know how to tell a great story, and yeah, I just love their music. It's kind of pop, kind of country, kind of rock. It's got everything wrapped into it. So if you like fusion music, you might like them. One of my favorite songs by them is If I Loved You, and I believe Liz sings the lead on that. And then the other one would be Graveyard. They're amazing, so look up Delta Ray. And then that would be my music. If you didn't know, so quick backstory, I went to college in my local area and I got an Associate of Science transferable degree in multimedia production, editing, and design. And one of the reasons why I did that was because I have a love of music. Growing up listening to my brother play the guitar and listening to just so many different genres. Seattle is an amazing city for eclectic and new and unique music. And growing up with that, it was a huge factor in my decisions towards what kind of art I was drawn to. So I loved music videos. Growing up, I'm from the MTV generation. Go MTV! And I just love all of them. Crazy, wild, high productions, low productions, stories, no story, just pretty people. Like, I didn't care. I loved all the music videos. But when I was a teenager, I saw a music video by Garth Brooks titled Red Strokes. And if you've never seen it, I encourage you to look that up because it's fantastic. He had, in the video, Garth Brooks had a white baby grand piano, and all of the lighting and everything was in bright white colors, and then they bring in red paint and basically form a visual of the actual song of Red Strokes. It's awesome. So that encouraged me to love music videos. And then in my 20s, I had the blessing and opportunity of being in a couple videos for local artists. One was Coretta Scott from Seattle. The other was a music video for a band named Providence. And I was an extra and also a dancer in those videos. And so yeah, I loved being on set. I loved music videos. And while I was there, I realized quickly that I didn't, as you can tell, I'm a little nervous. I didn't enjoy being in front of the camera, even when I had to do an interview or chose to do an interview. Even when I did an interview for Como News about 10 years ago about a casting issue, I was nervous. And I just loved, but I loved being on set. I loved creativity of it. I loved being around creative people. It was hugely inspiring. So yeah, I loved music videos. I loved being on set and decided that I really wanted to figure out how the camera worked and how to be more behind the scenes instead of being in front of the camera, because I was much more into the creative process of it all. So that kind of got me started. And then also when I was 17, I was on the set of a movie that they filmed at my mother's work. I was a junior in high school, I believe, and they filmed Assassins with Antonio Banderas and also Sylvester Stallone. And they have a scene in that movie where they jump from the Seattle Monorail onto a ledge and then onto a building. And I got to be on the set, and that was the first time that I'd ever been on set of a movie. And I was just, the people were great. The director and the producer, Dick Donner, was just the most humble, sweetest person I've ever met. I loved being on set. I loved how well the company treated the employees. And yeah, so I just loved the whole creative process. That brings me back to my inspiration, which all started with being on the set of the movie Assassins and also watching the music video Red Strokes as a teenager by Garth Brooks. That is what truly inspired me to create and to go back to college and to get a degree in multimedia design and production. So yeah, as far as movies go, what has been my biggest inspiration is kind of embarrassing, but also I'm not embarrassed because it's good. So there is a comic writer, well, he writes a bunch of stuff for movies, but he's really funny with the one-liners, Mark Lawrence. I believe he lives in New York. Never met him, don't know him, but I think he's awesome. And he wrote the script for the movies Miss Congeniality and Miss Congeniality 2. So one of the reasons why I love Miss Congeniality and Miss Congeniality 2 is because in those movies there's a huge transformation in the character, and I could relate to that because a lot of times I feel like two different people. So not two different personalities. I'm pretty much this way all the time. But there is a part of me that is very country. I love horses. I love working outside whenever I can. And yeah, I grew up with cowboy boots on. But I also am a lady and I love girly stuff. And in that movie, the lead actress transitions from kind of being a little rough. She's an FBI agent. She's kind of a tomboy. And she has no choice but to transition into this beautiful, elegant beauty queen. And yeah, sometimes in life I feel like I'm going between both sides, my tomboy side and my more feminine side. And so I just really related to that movie, and it's so cute and romantic. And yeah, so that's one of my biggest movie inspirations. Plus, I just love Sandra Bullock. She's hilarious. So yeah, that is the answer to John's question. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, John, for submitting that question on Facebook. Oliver is behind me in bed. I think he's asleep. If you have any other questions, go ahead and feel free to leave them in a comment below, and I will try to answer them either in the comments or in another video. So I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, you know, do all the stuff, or don't. But thank you so much for watching either way. Okay, love ya. Thanks, guys.